Hello, everybody. Welcome to another savory PB&J podcast episode. How we all doing today?
Easy listening.
Easy listening. Welcome
love when you
to
intro, bro.
episode 104 of the Easy Listening Cast.
This is episode 50 and 51, actually. The episode eve, I guess,
Yeah.
of our podcast anniversary, bruh.
Podcast anniversary.
I'm just going to make up words. I'm a wordsmith, ladies. It's on my OkCupid wordsmith.
So are we going back here? Bryce is apparently still looking for a girl. And he is now adding
accepting applications
to his list of things such as will ruin movies for you. He's now adding
for you. I'm also
makes up words.
Wordsmith. No, not makes up words. Wordsmith sounds way cooler. It sounds like I'm out. It's like there's a furnace there, and I'm just pounding out. I'm shirtless for some reason. There's sparks. It's really sexy.
Hold on,
and then out comes out the word podcast anniversary, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And that's how it goes.
Every girl's panties wet all at one time.
I'm talking waterfalls, bro. That's all I'm gotta say.
Oh,
so welcome to the Wordsmith podcast.
We've officially been recording for 2.5 minutes, and we're already completely left field from where I thought.
That's why you don't let me fucking intro. I will derail this train immediately.
Behind the scenes info, we take turns introing. It was Bryce's turn. He's like, "Why'd you let me do it?" I'm like, "Well, it was your turn. What the fuck did you want me to do?"
Like every 3 fucking
well,
weeks.
then know what to expect. Every 3 weeks, shit's gonna get weird.
Because I know we've said it before, but we're so bad at just like normal everyday tasks. Like it's really bad. And so all we had to do was go in order of PBJ, right? Me, Bryce, Jordan. And then somehow, I don't even know when it happened. And then we looked at each other and we're like, well, we're already going backwards.
We're just going to go in reverse order from now on.
So now we go backwards. Now Bryce's spot didn't change. And every single week we're like, who's recording? What episode is it? It's really
go
bad.
Back and listen for a few seconds to see who did it last episode.
And I'm basically just like, I didn't do it last week, but I know it's not me this week. And that's how I'll figure it out. Is like, how long has it been since I recorded? But usually they'll have pushed play and found out before I could figure that out because my brain is slow. I'm not a dumb person, but I have dial up. Actually at Company Redacted, one of my nicknames was dial up because every now and then my brain would just start buffering when I was about to say something to a manager. And actually, the person you're working with now,
oh my God,
Patrick, he's the one who gave me that nickname because I'll walk up to him like, words. Hold on, I'm buffering. And he would just laugh. And then I'd be like, this. And he's like, that's what you were trying to think to say? I'm like, look, man.
You know what's so funny?
I have 3 hours of sleep.
Hold on. Shout out, first of all, because he did listen to several episodes. Had some good stuff to say, had some criticisms to say overall.
We appreciate any feedback.
Exactly. Overall, I think he likes us. I don't fucking know. He's on a cruise right now. I haven't seen him in weeks.
I owe that man a barbecue.
Everything is burning down around me. Help. No, I'm just kidding. So
God can't save you now.
But he listened to a couple episodes where we were talking about your van.
Yeah.
Right. And apparently he thought that was the funniest. Yeah. He thought that was the funniest freaking thing ever.
Where Bryce's van was broken down, but it just needed a jump.
Did he also hear that we call it the Jesus Mobile or the Jesus paid it all van?
I don't know, but he's gonna definitely know that now.
Because it is. He paid it all.
Jesus did. Yeah. He paid for the whole thing.
That's amazing. I'm so happy that he listens. But I owe him and his family a barbecue. Maybe whenever I do throw that, we can have him as a guest, and maybe do a quick little recording with him on it. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
So let me know.
I'm down.
VP. Yeah. That's all I'll say because I don't know if he wants to be outed. So that's all we're gonna give is initials. But
you know what's so funny? Before just real quick before we move on. How dangerous it would be to accidentally be outed, in my opinion, at Company Redacted.
Oh God, yes.
That when I get home, My wife is like, honey, make sure you take off your company redacted shirt. And I'm like, oh, okay, hang on, let me do that. Or my hat.
Switch shirts.
Right?
Yeah.
I gotta switch hats. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. So it's up to him. I don't care.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, probably.
We're not going to talk about any of his viewpoints or anything, but it's if anything, it's a respect thing. I don't want to. Some people are sketchy about their names being thrown out there, and I can understand that.
I'm one of those people.
But I think we got some pretty cool. And Jordan,
Unfortunately,
would
you're on the podcast, my dude. So
yeah, too late, buddy.
Not my real name.
It is, and I am.
You can find him on Facebook at. But no. One of the things I wanted to talk about though is we had a great idea before we started the show today.
That's right.
We were talking, and like a lot of our listeners, I have no idea. We haven't done a survey. Let us know if you are.
I have no
like
idea.
this.
Speculating.
I'm just going to assume because you guys
speculating.
listen to us, and occasionally we go on rants about the video games, and you guys haven't tuned us out. So I'm going to go ahead and assume some of you play those things. And we've been talking, and we like to play games, but we also like to create content. And sometimes those two can, mesh not very well because, they both take up an extraordinary amount of time. Now that these guys are Elite Dangerous, they have no social lives. You're welcome. It's one of those situations where we were actually talking about possibly doing like another show for YouTube. It'll be just like another fucking Let's Play style show, but we think with a little bit different of spin on the formula. And if anything, we're not doing it to become popular. We're doing it because then we can play video games and not feel so bad about it.
Exactly.
And then you guys might get some extra content out of it.
Here's the sad part, right? Is that he said Elite Dangerous. I'm pretty addicted to it. I just spaced. I essentially bring people on space tours. In a video game for millions of dollars, and
I'm the Star Wars
you're
space tours
a
ride.
Taxi driver.
Yeah. I'm a space taxi driver. I mean, I have a fighting ship. I'm just not good at that yet. So
get good.
It's bad. Like my wife was like, I don't like this game. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's awesome. Look, giant star. And she's like,
it took me a long time to get into it.
Well, she's like, no, the reason is because the amount of time you're dedicating to it. So if we do a podcast or a video or some shit, and you're not into it, it is what it is. Just, obviously you don't have to watch it, but it'll probably be long because I get stuck in front of that shit. Like when
it'll be more long form for sure. It'd probably be fairly beefy episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things where
shit on it. I think that's why it would really be fun.
So I think that
we do say a lot of dumb shit, and it's one of those things where you catch us a little bit not out of our element, actually more in our element, to where we're not paying attention to the fact that we're recording something. So there will probably be a lot more edits of us fucking up, saying something we're not supposed to. Like Company Redacted.
Exactly.
But it's one of those things where if you guys want to check it out, we will be unveiling more information about it soon. We're going to get over the logistics of it, but we'll probably be posting that shit up on YouTube for funsies. So we'll make sure to let you guys know when we do it.
Well, and we've always talked about the idea of a gaming podcast, which is probably something that we'll maybe do as one thing, even. Maybe. Because there's other people that we want to bring in the loop. When it comes to that stuff, so look for cool shit in the future for sure. Also,
we'll post it all up on Facebook when it happens.
Hopefully next week we're gonna try to do something cool. I don't know what it is yet because we haven't talked about it. I mean, we have a whole week, shit. But 1 year is coming up, so we're pretty excited about that. And you know what? It's funny how Bryce said, listeners, guys, every single time that we get on here to do this, I pull the stats up, I go in and I look, and every single time, and maybe they're sick of hearing it, but I'm like, holy crap, XXX amount of people listen this week. And the number goes up.
Yeah, consistently.
All the time.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly. It's fucking weird. So, any new content, essentially what I'm saying is we'd love to put out there. If you don't like it, obviously let us know. If you do like it, share it with everybody. If this podcast, though, if you're listening to it, is mandatory to share it. Just saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Real quick, though, John's watching.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
He's back at it again.
And he's
That's
got
funny.
himself a Jack Link's meat stick.
I'm insanely jealous. I want his meat stick in my mouth.
Okay, that's a good way to make people not tune in, or maybe
you
more
talking
tune in. I don't actually know.
Do you not enjoy a Jack Link's meat stick?
You know what? I'd be lying if I
actually
said I
do.
didn't.
Sponsored by Jack
Yeah.
Link's. I
You
wish.
wish sponsored by Jack
Because I'm on keto, so that would be like a good keto snack to be like, yo, this is for me, and then I could be like sponsored by them. So Jack Link's, you out there? Put your meat in my mouth. That's all.
Are they the ones that do the Yeti commercial or the Bigfoot commercial? Is it a Bigfoot commercial?
Yeah. The Sasquatch commercials.
Squatch.
Yeah, don't piss off the Sasquatch.
That's funny.
Don't.
So,
Mhm.
but yeah, we got lots of stuff to talk about today. Bryce, I think for some reason wants to talk about Nazis.
Thank you.
So we'll get to that.
'Cause the Nazi
we-
party is the party that never stops.
Oh God. Okay.
No, that's the party.
We'll get to that. Jesus, that doesn't sound like this is a good idea at all. But
yeah,
we'll
so
allow
skip
it.
that.
No. We'll allow it.
I'm
It
just-
is. What it is.
I'm just-
So Jordan has a thing about a thing. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
It's super stupid.
Oh, I do remember, and it's gonna make me laugh. Actually, I want to hear that first. And then Aaron hit us up with
Ron.
double A Ron.
Ron.
Yeah.
With cycling with Aaron.
Yeah, I don't even think it's cycling with Aaron anymore. I think
he did end up finally taking the plunge and changing it.
Yeah, it's a new show. I'll have to hit him up on what it is. So
We'll
can
get it after
plug
the
him.
break. We'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find out.
But yeah, he sent us a cool alien story about reptilians and shit. So I'll talk about that
we
later.
eat that shit up with a spoon. We're just like
Yeah.
reptilians.
I'm like, oh man, the only
about
thing
how they blink
missing.
sideways.
Yeah. The only fucking thing missing is it also being about flat Earth because oh my God,
that's secretly the round Earth theory is a reptilian interaction. So that way we're content, but really we're being observed on the flat Earth.
Exactly.
Just on
And
the
only
underside,
reptilians can
on the
go
other
to
side
the
of the
other
wall.
side though because they have sticky fingers.
All I gotta say is why would reptilians choose an ice wall?
I don't know.
Is that are they warm-blooded reptilians? How does that make sense? Fucking aliens, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're aliens. They're alien reptilians. So, they probably get in there.
Space lizards are real. John's just confirmed space lizards are real.
Space lizards are real, and we're going to talk about it a lot more.
We got to be
later.
careful, otherwise they're going to find us.
So, Jordan, take us away, man.
All right. So, essentially, was just reading through my good old Google news feed as I do every time 10 minutes before we start a show.
Wunderbar.
And
Behind the scene,
man.
we do research.
behind the
Yeah.
scenes. So,
Whatever. Essentially, today I was like, oh, Aaron sent a story. God, not it. I got it. It's mine. I'll do it. Don't worry. I'll cover the story. Don't worry, guys. I was super prepared, but I'll do this instead. We're
you son
fine.
of a bitch.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Totes Malotes prepared.
So, what I found, there's a guy who is 63. He was
Okay.
born in Romania. He's a Romanian dude. And he found out in, let me see what year that was. I can't remember because bad at memory. 1995. He was on a business trip in Turkey.
Yeah.
Nice.
And returned back to Romania in 1995 to find out that his wife was cheating on him. So he said,
Ooh.
That sucks.
yeah, right. So he says, fuck you
She
I'm
was getting
going
her
to
turkey
Turkey.
stuffed.
permanently.
Fuck that shit, I'm out.
Pretty much. So he goes to Turkey permanently.
All right.
So he finally just decided in December that he wants to go back to Romania. He wants to go back home.
Nice.
So
He's like,
Right,
I'm
that's
tired of my wife, my ex-wife. I'm hoping by now, being the reason why I left my home country. That's kind of a big step to take.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
even
I was
in
actually
reaction to
thinking
something like cheating. Like you bounce out of your home country. Like Jesus, that's some next level shit. Like I'm so sick of you. I don't want to even risk running into you at the supermarket in a different city. I'm fucking leaving the country. Here's my passport. Bye, bitch. Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
it's pretty extreme, but I mean, we don't know the circumstances. I mean, you
Yeah.
know,
Probably
I
not.
obviously, if that happened to me, I'm way too fucking poor to leave the county. So, I mean,
go live with the busting. That's all right.
you know.
I'll just get on a Greyhound bus.
So he
and
wants
go.
to go home. So he's
So he
going
wants to
home.
go
What
home.
happens?
Back in December.
Right.
So he goes, I think it was an airport or something like that, but you have to get checked, your passport and everything by customs, and gets all his shit ran. And they said, no, we have to detain you. You can't leave the country because you're dead.
Shut up.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So
Because you're dead. Shoot.
Right.
No fucking zombies for us. Like,
For
what?
real. Like, all right, bye. But apparently back in 2016, his wife or ex-wife, I'm not sure, in Romania filed him as dead.
No.
Did he have like a life
And I
insurance?
guess they don't need fucking proof.
Well,
Like-
I mean, it could have been he's a missing person or whatever.
She might have reported him missing and then filed him as legally dead. Because after, I don't know how the laws work in Romania, but I know after a set period of time, it's just like once you're missing for so long, you can get the life insurance policy and all that stuff.
And you're counted as dead.
Yeah.
Right. That would make sense. I'm not sure if that is the case here. They didn't really go into that kind of detail. I'd like to know. But
No. If any lawyers listening know Romanian laws for some reason, hit us up and let us know how this is possible.
Right.
Or what benefit there would be other than fuck you, husband, that I cheated on. Like, that's just next level fuckery.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is
You
really
left the
fucked up.
country? Fuck you.
But also, why like 19 years later? But that's whatever.
Oh,
Anyway.
so
Well,
she was
maybe-
recently.
I'm
recently-
curious.
Filed him as dead in 2016. He left in 1995.
Now,
That might be how long it took for her to get the benefits.
well, I'm curious if this was some kind of setup scenario. You know, like this was done on purpose. They were seeing like, oh man, I can't believe that she would fucking do that. Maybe this was a fucking setup from the beginning. The whole thing was planned. That's why it went so extreme that he left the country.
Well, my only problem with that is there's legal repercussions for faking someone's. So she would still go to jail. So if she planned on it,
Well, no, because it could very well, because when it comes to light, it turns out that all she did was report him missing. She didn't know he left the country, and he left the country because he was so distraught. So he leaves, didn't tell her because fuck her, right?
maybe.
And then he tries to go back. Meanwhile,
their stories.
Exactly. And then they get away with it, and they made bank. Maybe.
Yeah, it's possible. I have no idea. I'm a little upset that this AP article is incomplete now.
So hold on. So
I'm upsetty, and there's not even any spaghetti. This is some bullshit.
Mom spaghetti. Did they
Fantastic.
have a so they denied him, you said, when
Yeah, so he is apparently, he's standing there, obviously not dead.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Hi, I'm alive.
Hi.
Hey, right, obviously. And goes to file the paperwork that I guess is needed to prove that you're still alive.
Hey,
And-
here's my signature. I'm not Whoopi Goldberg in the movie Ghost. I'm not being channeled. This is me. I'm alive.
That's
Wow.
a wicked reference. Good job.
Thank you. I do my best for my people.
Yeah. But yeah, so essentially they said that he filed the paperwork to overturn his death certificate too late.
Wait, too late. There's such a thing as too late for not
It's
dead?
been more than a year than he was registered late, I guess, or dead.
So
they
hold
can't
on.
reverse it? Like, he's
No.
obviously alive.
So that's insane to me, but he could just go be alive in another country. So now what ends up happening is
He just never go back
can't
to
go home.
Romania?
well, he can be there, right? Or no?
No, they detained him. Legally, he
Oh.
can't be there because he has no papers that are valid for that country.
Yeah,
'cause
and now
that
because
person's
of that,
dead.
so he can't legally enter Romania anymore, and because he's been registered dead and was trying to get out of Turkey, he's now banned from returning to Turkey.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Oh shit! So now he's
So he's just
He has
stuck.
nowhere to go.
Yeah,
So
he's Tom Hanks in that fucking airplane movie. Oh man, what is the name of that movie where he has to live in the airport terminal?
oh, I know it's terminal.
Oh, God.
It's called Terminal.
It is called.
So hold on, wait a second. What was the premise of Terminal?
There's he was trying to go back to his home country, but it was like riddled with like war shit, so there was a travel ban there. But he wasn't a U.S. citizen, so he couldn't leave.
So he couldn't
the
leave.
airport.
Oh no, wait, that's right. It's
No embassy to go to. Or
his country fell apart, so he wasn't a person of any country.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he wasn't a citizen of anywhere.
So he couldn't fly anywhere, but they couldn't let. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, he couldn't
I don't
enter
think
the
that would
countries
really
and stuff in
happen.
there.
It's happening right now. This guy's dead and he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you're right.
Most of the time, though, when it comes to stuff like that, there's still some form of embassy that you can go to, or they have some sort of refugee program for something like that for most countries.
Well, in this case, I find it hard to believe that he can't just be like DNA.
Here's my DNA, yeah.
They checked his fingerprints and everything, though. And everything matched, and they showed it was him, and they still denied him.
That's fucking ridiculous.
All right, so it's time to appeal and then wait forever and then hope that someone with a brain looks at his case, like fingerprints match. Oh, this is the same guy.
So
we
far,
really need...
According to the story, I don't know if there's been more of an update. They just wrote it this week, but the only place that he's appealed to is the Turkish president to see if he can stay in Turkey.
Oh, so he's just like, I just wanted to go to Romania to like chill, but fuck that place anyway.
I mean,
Turkey president, my life is here. Please. You were cool with me being alive before I left. Hit me up, bruh.
Gotta start somewhere.
I mean, the president of Turkey is probably a decent place to start, but
yeah,
I just find this to be completely asinine and insane that a bureaucracy can fail so hard that when someone's obviously alive and proven via fingerprints that it's them, they're just like, no, you've been dead for too long. Like, what's the process then? If you can't restore his identity for whatever reason, whatever legal law that stopped that for this situation, do you start over? Do you get like a new like social and like new papers under a new identity? Do you get to name yourself? Because that would be the only golden like.
Do you have to though start at the legal age of 1?
Ooh.
That's
like he's no longer the legal drinking age for countries because legally he's only been alive for a year. That'd be interesting. He can't go to bars and chill. He can't get his license. He has to start over. He legally can't work. That'd be finally
gets to be 21 at the age of like 67 or some shit like that. And he's like,
bro, I'm legal. That would be insane. All I gotta say is, if anything, if he gets the opportunity to start a new house name, like, that's a golden opportunity to start a dynasty. You better get a new name that's badass for your last name and then breed like crazy so you can start a new family that's based off this. And that's the legacy. You were born from a dead man. And I want it to be somehow like undead related to the last name. Or, I mean, personally, Khal Drogo. Like, name yourself Khal Drogo.
You know, it would be so funny though. I could see fucking Bryce in this situation. They come to him and they're like, "Okay, so we decided you can name yourself." And Bryce is like, and then he hits his dial-up connection, right? And then he's stuck. And they're like, "Sir, well, you really need to make a decision." He's like, "Oh, I really need to." And he starts Googling shit.
Yeah, is there an internet connection I can use? This is a big decision. I have the opportunity to make my entire existence a meme.
And then they're like, well, actually, no. You have to decide right now. He's just like, Khal Drogo.
Yeah, that would be my instant Khal Drogo. I'm Khal Drogo now. And then I could legally be like, my first name's Khal. Last name, Drogo. What up? Ladies, okay, Cupid, Khal Drogo.
The
Watch them all hit me.
Is not going to get you women. It might.
I'm not saying the podcast is going to get me women. I just like to joke about it. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. How about that?
It might get you women. My wife likes it. That counts, right?
I mean, I'm not trying to, get with your wife, but at the very least, you got women continuously from it, in that she's staying with you even after. I don't know why.
I know why. Semi-average. No, I have what I've been told is
amazing. I have been told it's the national average, as measured by scientists. which is weird. That'd be a weird conversation to have. Hey, we wanted to find out. No reason. But this is a government-funded program to find out average penis length. No reason.
They would
Whatever.
exactly say it like that.
No one in particular was asking. But
the funnier part would be is to have a camera that only watches the doctor's reaction. You know what I mean? Like it only sees his face. So like
someone drops trial and they're like, "Oh wow, I'm surprised." Like
no. So you get a lot of him going, "Oh, don't worry, that's normal."
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. And then one day he walks
in. We're trying to determine what's normal, but so far that seems to be normal.
He walks into the room and he's like, "Dear fucking God." Camera goes black.
Is there a child in there? Is that a baby's arm holding an apple? What the hell is going on?
Why is it shaped that way?
Oh God, that would be an awkward thing.
Turns out that the entire study was made up by that doctor to make himself feel better. Shuts it down the next fucking day.
He's just like,
oh fuck. Oh man.
I think
Jordan, that's some pretty crazy shit. I can't even believe that.
I know. I
think
it's
so
completely asinine.
It's so absolutely stupid. I feel bad for the guy because he's
for real. Yeah, he's fucked. He's just in limbo, and it's all because of like incompetence. You know, like any competent person would logically be like, "That's that person. They're obviously alive and not dead."
Now, I wonder, though, because we're just reading the story, right? And as we all know, the reptilians are faking it all the time. So here's my question are we just reading a buzzed up story? Like, is it possible that everybody there is like, oh, man, I can't even believe this. We're going to get this fixed. Don't worry about it. We're, yada, yada. And really the whole deny.
The reptilians just want us to hate the Romanians for some reason. Reptilians are just like, Romania has some sort of resource we want.
Yeah.
Let's write an article about how they denied someone being alive and put it on Google News.
I think that
put them in a coffin. I'm sure there's a hack podcast community that will eat that shit up. And we're just like, yes, please, Daddy Reptilian, feed me.
Let's go.
Daddy Reptilian.
Yes.
Oh shit. So maybe we'll talk a little bit more about reptilians, but I think we take a quick break.
A quick little break. That sounds good.
Super fast, actually. I kind of want to stinky and I need a new drink. So we'll do that. I guess Jordan will insert some sort of sound here. Boom. And we're going to break.
All right. BRB.
Bye.
For those of you watching online, on our live show.
Recording stopped.
Welcome to the super secret break section. Oh, I forgot to stop. Recording stopped.
Yeah, the super secret break section. Whether you watch live, which honestly most people don't. Most people usually watch after if we get views on that. A lot of people really like the video though. So
yeah, when they do watch, they enjoy it, which is.
But yeah, I will. I'll BRB.
All right.
I'm gonna take my time. What's my picture look like? What's your picture look like? It looks like a PBnJ icon. Why is that funny? That's the same as it always is. All right, then. I guess that's a mystery that'll never be solved.
You'll never know.
You never know. I'm so excited. I get to talk about Nazis today. Yay. Are you excited for me, Jordan?
I am.
Good. Because I was going to beat you up if you weren't, because you're not supporting me in my dreams.
Always. I always support you in your dreams.
Fuck with it.
Are you going to buy that VR game that Ben showed us?
Probably, yeah. That's one of the ones that's on my list. It's
that looks badass.
There are a couple of them that are kind of like that I've looked at. There's one that involves shields, where you have a shield on each arm and you're like blocking attacks from the different colors. But I mean, obviously the lightsaber one's appealing because fucking lightsabers, dude. But there's actually a boxing one that is they release workouts that actual like fitness trainers do and create specifically for this game. And you can upload your own custom music and it'll create a workout based on the music you upload. So there's a wide variety. That gaming market is starting to get explored a lot, of the fitness slash rhythm game, and I'm interested in it. I'm really excited by it.
Nice. Well, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm all about it. I will have to when I get it, I'll have to record a little thing of me doing it and failing because I have no rhythm, got no rhyme. Know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No.
But yeah, no, it's everyone I've talked to who's played it loves it. Like they think it's a cool as shit game. It's a lot of fun, and it's not just slashing at things. You also have to duck under like blocks that come at you. So there's like pauses in the rhythm where you have to like duck down, or I don't know if it has jumping. It might have jumping. I'm not sure. But it's mainly just like overhead, this side, and you have to like go over here to avoid the blocks, stuff like that. So it gets you moving, and it's supposedly a lot of fun. So I'll check it out. There's actually a few things. Like for one, I found out recently. Have you ever played Payday 2?
Yeah, a little bit. Not a ton, but yeah.
The Payday games are games you have to play with friends because otherwise they're not super interesting. Like playing them by yourself, it's just like you could kill a little bit of time, but you get bored real quick. Whereas playing with friends, there's a lot of fun shit that happens, and
That's
it's crazy.
exactly what happened with me. I played for like 2 hours. I was like, ah, fuck this.
Yeah. I recently found out Payday 2 came out with a VR update for free. So I got the VR version of Payday 2 100% for free.
Really?
And I've been playing it on VR. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Just
It's a
on
lot
Steam.
of fun. Yeah, just on Steam. And it has cross compatibility, so VR players can play with non-VR players.
Nice.
Because it's all co-op, so there's no competitive advantage technically. But there are certain advantages to playing with VR over the standard game. Like, for instance, in the standard game, when you're interacting with something, you can't shoot. Whereas in VR, you can use one hand to interact with something, the other hand has your gun. So you're like shooting while you're lockpicking and shit. If you're going loud, it's really cool and it's a lot of fun. And it responds fairly well. The movement is a bit confusing. I wish there were ways to edit the movement, but that's whatever. But other than that, it's really good. It's pretty well made. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I've been playing with a few friends online, regular Payday 2 and VR Payday 2, and it's been a lot of fun. I've got a good solid 12 hours into that game or something now.
Nice.
Which is before, like you said, I played for like 2 hours and then I fucked off because I was just like, this is boring without a friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the new VR game technically.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Man, I hope they do that for PlayStation because I'll be on that shit.
Oh hell yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
So interesting.
Thank you. We keep the content light and choppy around here. For those of you watching on the video right now, we are on a break. We were on a break.
We're done with the break if you guys are good to go.
Yeah, we're finishing it up now, so we're gonna be going back live here in a moment with our recording, and then you guys get to hear about like Nazis and reptilians and shit. Everyone's favorite stuff.
Yeah, the reptilian stuff should go pretty quick, mostly because I only skimmed the article, and we've talked about.
We
this
do
before,
research here.
So. Yeah,
we do research.
heavy research.
Soup's heavy. Like I could barely lift it. It's so heavy, my guy.
My guy.
You're liking the new logo? I'm happy to hear it, John. I'm happy to hear it.
All right. Hey, Bryce, say words.
Yes.
Okay, good. Hey, dude, do you have a lot of stuff open right now?
Me?
Yeah, because your camera quality dumped a little bit.
It's going in and out.
Oh, it is going in and out. It's back now. No, I just wanted to make sure you didn't go nowhere, and then your voice cut out for a second.
Your voice cut out for a second.
Good. That's part of puberty.
You're a 100-year-old man child. Actually, it's derping out for everyone. Hang on now.
Oh, is it?
Like it's showing me like freezing in and out right now on my own recording.
Hey, Jordan, say things.
I am saying things, so you're looking at me and seeing me up on the big
Yeah.
screen.
Okay. Good. So yeah, we're good. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's starting to balance out. I think it was Hangouts derping. I don't think it was anyone's connection. I think Hangouts is just being dumb, which is fine, I guess.
All right, let's fucking.
We'll go ahead. Let's come back. Let's come back.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, let's do it. Let me just start recording.
Okay.
Also,
I'm recording.
Also recording. Bang us in.
Finger bang me.
And I'm also recording. So 3, 2,
1, go.
Hey everybody, welcome back from the break there. Hope you guys got your snackies and your drinks so you can come back and enjoy the rest of our content we've got set up. Tons of research for, I swear. But as Patrick teased, we have some overlords of a reptilian nature.
Yeah,
and,
we do.
Everybody knows this is so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Patrick take it away because I want to learn more about these reptile gods among men.
So gods among men. So this is actually something that we've kind of talked about before, touched on a little bit. You guys know that I am down with the weird alien stories and ancient
100%.
aliens and fucking conspiracy theories. I love that shit.
Eat it up with a spoon.
Yeah, I really do. With milk, extra sugar.
Understandable.
But our buddy Aaron, which, we still forgot to look up the name of the new podcast. My bad, Aaron. Yep. One of you guys do that while I talk. Sent me this article. And essentially it's just obey and bow down to your alien reptilian overlords. And it's this really long article with honestly too many words. Honestly, Aaron, send me things with less words. I'm into videos.
Or don't hog the article that he sends us, Patrick.
You can give it to someone who reads.
Well, I mean, in my defense, it was actually sent to the to the show.
How are you gonna out everyone like that, my guy?
Because you tried to out me.
Yeah, but we're gonna out you all day, every day,
all the days. Anyway, this is essentially this long article. I'm gonna go over it a little bit, and we're kind of gonna break it down, right?
Okay.
And I kind of want, we'll do each little paragraph here, and I'll just give you a short synopsis, and then we'll kind of maybe discuss crazy, possible, whatever. So the first one's just kind of a intro, right?
Right.
And essentially goes over that there's been plenty of reports of reptilian humanoids reported across cultures all over the world. Some are intertwined with myths and legends and cultures. Sometimes it's gods, serpent gods, right? Sometimes it's some type of deity or whatever, that they worship, or an evil presence or whatever, right?
The Ouroboros.
And what's funny is that there is a theory that lizard people are not only real, but they're taking over the world as we know it. And it's an idea that most people obviously think is crazy, but apparently has become like super strong with conspiracy theorists. Now, we already know that, right? We've talked about it a little bit in the past. Honestly, you're a nut job. This is just as crazy as a thought as flat earthers. This is as crazy as trying to tell me that
which is to say this is all real and Soup's legit.
Soup's legit. Soup's fucking legit. So I like this first sentence. They say the main thrust of such bizarre theories. And I'm like, that's funny, thrust. So that got me reading a little bit more. Good job, writer. That they've been essentially here for thousands of years, right? Mm-hmm. Crash landed many years ago, probably even millions of years ago. Right? Aliens, they're reptilian aliens. I guess thousands of years ago, right?
If it was millions of years ago, I wonder what that would have been like. Like they see a bunch of fucking dinosaurs.
They're like, we're here too early. No, they land there.
Maybe it was their crash that ended the dinosaurs. Like they were the meteorite that like fucked everything, and then they're like, all of our homies are dead. Well, now we're taking over.
Let's start that theory.
Yeah.
So there's this guy, though, David Icke, I guess. Icke. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Icky.
Sure.
Icky, right? David Icke. He began to take up this reputation as a psychic and made various predictions, outlandish claims.
Of course.
One in which he insisted the world, I guess, was going to end in 97. He found his true calling when he latched onto the idea of ancient shape-changing reptilian aliens that came to Earth thousands of years ago and began infiltrating society with the sinister purpose of taking over the world to work towards some sort of new world order. Now, my problem, first off, with a fucking theory like this is that's a horrible idea, A. And also, B, like, it hasn't worked yet, I guess, right?
Or it has worked, and we just don't know it yet.
Okay, maybe. Well, let's continue. That might be fucking
Reptilians are Illuminati.
Yeah, maybe
one world shadow government.
Actually, it's possible. You never know.
Well, here's kind of what I don't understand, and where there's no real proof of. He cites numerous references to other cultures and shit, right? Talking about, well, here's all this proof. But one of the biggest claims he makes is that they were interbreeding with humans, right? First of all, that's fucking weird because I've seen aliens hump. Or lizards hump, I guess, not aliens.
Maybe I've seen aliens hump, and you never fucking
seen aliens hump on the internet.
Clarify.
I'll send you
That's a very specific part of Pornhub. You're welcome, internet.
You're welcome, internet. No, as far as the interbreeding stuff goes, though, it's fucking weird, right?
Do they do the pouch thing under their neck? Where they're
probably,
and they're like,
that's a deal breaker for me.
That's gonna be.
I don't know. I might be in on that if she's still hot. If she's hot and does a weird thing, I might be intrigued.
Do the pouch. So
well, see, then I would have accidentally got by some kind of weird tranny lizard.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I would have fallen for it too.
Next thing you know, you have a fucking tail in your butthole.
I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm gonna let that slide.
Tail in the butt? No, you're not gonna go in on that.
I'm not gonna go in on it.
Let it go.
It's too easy.
Oh Jesus!
That's some low-hanging fruit you just handed me.
It was a good attempt. Anyway, so he says that it's all evidence that our ancestors were in contact with these reptilian masters of ancient times. Now, these are the same people that believe that fucking all of past cultures had some type of alien connection. Now, I do believe that there might have been, I guess, because they all had this crazy math that was before their time, but
my whole thing is so we have some lizard deities, cool, they're worshipped. We also have like dog-headed deities. Where's the good boy aliens? Where's the good doggo aliens that are our overlords secretly?
Yeah, no.
Like there's a billion different types of animals that have become deityized. Why is it so focused on their reptiles? These are the aliens. Like, why does it have to be a reptilian? Why can't it be like a mammal alien?
Well, I agree with that. But here's my other here, and this is kind of where I was going with the interbreeding. Okay,
yeah, right.
So he's really big to make sure to tell you that they're shapeshifters and they can look like anything. But then also says that they've been interbreeding with us over centuries, and they interbred with us
so how do they keep
to spread out into the world among humankind and manage to insert themselves into important families and organizations. So if you can shapeshift,
why not shift into an important
family? Why would you need to bang and have a baby that is going to look more human to have another baby that's going to look more human? Like, if you can shapeshift, why are you going to be like, okay, the plan is we're going to use evolution to create reptilians that look human. It'll probably take 4,000 years. Like, what the fuck?
But you know what? We want to perfect it.
Foolproof logic.
But what's hilarious about all that is most of the reptilian like proof videos are of close-ups of eyes and like them blinking sideways.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
And I'm just like, if they can shapeshift, why the fuck would they fail to keep such a basic function that says I'm not human? From occurring. to being noticeable. Like, insane to me that reptilians, the categorization of reptile people, are going to let them searching news articles.
Oh my God, your connection.
Yeah, dude, you're breaking up crazy.
All looking up. Hangouts is fucking up really bad right now. I don't know why.
I mean, me and Jordan.
Because you guys are robots to me right now. I'm just.
Yeah, it's
the
just
show
you.
almost fine, but
no, I agree with everything that I'm
It's
pretty
just
sure
me.
you said, though.
No, I
Honestly.
got the gist.
Yeah. I agree. And you know, the bottom line is here's the other thing that, and real quick before I kind of close this out, and we're just going to pass judgment on this. He seems to say that the reptilian DNA lies dormant within many of us, waiting to be activated at a moment's notice to serve the whims of our reptilian overlord, which is the whole point of this article, right? Okay. But that's not exactly how that works, right? I mean, so they spread to look like us, or are they spreading to make humans that they can control one day? And if that is the case, how does activating my DNA? That's not how the science of that works.
No,
it's just not.
They just make it up as they go along. Obviously, they don't think about this shit.
Now, there's this whole explanation about the activated DNA. They've corrupted Earth DNA with their own genetic infiltration, lies dormant until it's activated by, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm reading this, by the vibrational fields generated by the, oh my God, Illuminati secret society rituals and others in the public eye, like the carefully designed coronation.
Who told you?
And official ceremonies of many kinds, including even the UK state opening of the parliament. And this, oh Jesus, these people are nuts, oh bananas. Okay, so the whole idea of I don't believe it. We're not even reading any more of this. It was a good article, Aaron. Thank you. What do you guys think?
Obviously reptilians are soups real, and you need to respect that.
I wonder where the fuck do they get these outlandish ideas from?
I just love how they always cite like ancient cultures, like, oh, this and ooh, but like, again, I'm still stuck on, there's a bunch of different animal deities out there. Why does it have to be a reptilian? Like, what is it about reptiles that make us think they're trying to overthrow us? Is it because of the dinosaurs? Is there some part of our brain that's still just like, they came before us, they'll be here after us in secret? And why do they have to be like integrated into human society? If they're such an advanced alien species, why not just conquer?
They don't need us at that point, if that's true.
Well, that brings up the same question. If you're an entire species trying to take over our planet and you're able to fucking shapeshift, why do you need to breed to make human-y looking versions? And also, if you can just program DNA to do whatever the fuck you want, then I don't even understand why you need to do that if you have that kind of technology. Just vaporize the president and be like, we run America. Vaporize the fucking whatever.
Biological weapons of war. Like, it's one of those things where if you can like change DNA, you can make a giant fucking like gorilla whale.
You could gorilla whale. Hold on,
let's talk real. It'd be so unbelievably stupid easy to accomplish whatever they're trying to accomplish. And I say that
because there's a lot of DNA to use here, and also if they crashed here and they're an advanced fucking species, why did they stick around? Like,
yeah,
they couldn't find the unobtainium on the planet to make a new ship with. Like, you can still make some basic ass shit. Like, they obviously had space travel then. We only have space travel now.
Yeah,
because we've been like,
and our space travel is kind of whack.
Yeah, ours is basic AF. So like, what's with the reptilians that they're just like, we're not going to make a new ship. You know what? Colonize. I know we crashed. Let's turn this, let's turn that frown upside down.
Let's turn this out of a bad situation. Piece of shit. Fucking
let's enslave a bunch of monkeys. Because at the time we were basically monkeys. Why did they need to integrate into caveman society that they've been selectively breeding with us as we grew?
Well,
why not just take over when we had mallets instead of guns? I'm curious
though, like maybe there's more to it. Maybe they've been slowly terraforming the planet. Like maybe global warming is done on purpose.
Oh, because they're warm or they're cold-blooded. Okay.
You know, so like that kind of thing. I mean, maybe the reptilians are actually here to cause the polar ice caps to melt so that their whale overlord aliens can come and live on this now ocean planet. No?
Maybe. You know, why not?
Well, I don't know. I think we ran the alien lizards into the ground. They're fake. Don't be fucking stupid. Anyway, I think Bryce wanted to talk about Nazis. I'm a little worried.
Talk about Nazis.
I'm a little worried, but we're gonna allow it. Me and Jordan talked about it.
Why are you worried?
We're gonna allow it.
What the hell am I gonna talk about that's so spooky? I've talked about World War II before. I don't understand why.
No, you're just really excited about it
because it's ridiculous.
The way you brought it up and what you said specifically before we started recording, I was on board until that moment. And I was like,
I don't understand. Everything I said was innocuous. I just said I wanted to talk about Nazis who made it to America.
Well, you got the floor, my friend.
You have the mic floor.
Okay, so in World War II, there was a bunch of like batshit insane shit that people were doing, like really shenanigan style plans to win the war. I mean, we came up with combustible bats for World War II, where we incendiary bats, where we hooked them up to just land into people's houses and light on fire, so we can, you know, attack, like shit like that.
Flying bats or baseball bats?
Flying bats,
okay.
Like animal bats. We were making suicide.
Hold on, making baseball bats that explode is even more ridiculous.
You know
we're
what?
Just gonna fly overhead and drop exploding bats out of our airplane.
It
would
pick
have
them
up
made
to go use them for
bastards way more interesting though. If the Bear Jew had like an exploding baseball bat when he beat down the Nazis, bruh, that would have been sick. Tarantino missed opportunity. But yeah, so essentially, the Allies were winning the North Atlantic part of the weather war, they called it. Where essentially in temperate climates, it was one of those situations where we had more established weather stations, we had more information, so we knew what was going to happen weather-wise better than the Germans. So when it comes to naval battles, weather is a huge, same for like airplane fights. It's a huge advantage if you know what the battlefield is going to be like, because you can plan ahead and you can use it against them. So if the Germans are coming in, you know there's about to be a hurricane, you pull out, let them come through, and then the hurricane wipes them out, like shit like that. So they really needed to find out about northern, weather, so that way they can battle. And they were also planning ahead for the eventual attack of the United States. If they, if the war was going well, they were going to come to our house, knock on our door, and start shitting on us.
Yep,
was their idea. So they needed to gather information and, deny us from getting it. So the Germans were behind in the weather race, essentially. They used like specially modified airplanes, U-boats, ships, whatever they could to retrieve weather. But those missions were insanely dangerous. It was really difficult, because you have to send like a lone ship because you don't want to draw attention. But the Allies, if they find it, it's really easy to destroy or capture one ship.
Yeah.
So and planes aren't much use because you need something to launch off of, which is again an aircraft carrier somewhere, and it leaves an even more visible trail, because with submarines at least it's under the water and they only have to surface when they're taking the data. With planes, they don't have anything they can hide in. They're just in the sky, and we're like, hey, that's a German fighter plane. Let's shoot that shit to the ground. So it's one of those things where they needed to get in and infiltrate in order to gather this important data. So essentially, there were some scientists in Germany who developed an automatic weather station. So it's a weather station that's that's capable of sending data every 3 hours via radio waves. They made 26 of them. 14 of them were placed in the Arctic and subarctic regions. Allied occupied Greenland, stuff like that. 5 were placed around the Barents Sea. 2 were intended for North America. And they used an array of specialized measure instruments. There's like giant masts and all kinds of crazy shit for like wind speed.
So they're badass fucking weathery.
They're pretty advanced automatic weather installations that don't need to be manned.
Okay.
So
That's
they sent 2 U-boats to install these weather stations somewhere in North American soil. Only one made it. One got sunk near the Norwegian coast by a random bomber. And
Good job,
the
random
other one,
bomber.
Nice, good job.
the other one came through, and it essentially got caught up in a storm. Because again, they didn't have weather data. So storm came through, it hit a fucking iceberg. They lost their anti-aircraft gun.
Titanic.
Like it was the Titanic for submarines, and they were just like, oh my God, we've got to go. So they decided they needed to make it as far as they could. They make it to Canada. And they install the station as far as possible from inhabited settlements. So they set it up. Everything was cool. They marked it with the logo of a non-existent company, and they called it Canadian Meteor Service. They threw a bunch of cigarette packs on the ground, American cigarette packs, to make it like, oh, there were people here. They were Canadian.
Yeah.
They were smoking. So this is legit. And
I like that throwing cigarette packs on the ground. It's like, oh, it was just Americans, eh? They're putting up the satellite.
Yeah, they were just setting up the weather,
Seems
and
legit, eh? Don't you know?
Don't you know? And so they left it there, and basically the only defense this weather station had was, we're totally not German. Don't look up our logo. Like, that's basically what it was.
We're totally.
No one fucking questioned it at all.
Yeah, I mean, but who's going to though? Like, I mean, honestly, even now, no, seriously,
the government would question it, I would feel, because a weather station has to be monitored, and they have to be like, man, that weather station went up, and none of us paid for it, and who's getting the data from it? That's weird.
I feel
but
like
they're not.
Canada definitely should have just like asked an American, leader, but like, hey, dude, real quick.
What's with the Canadian Meteor Service weather station? Did you guys set that up? Because the American cigarettes it's also Canadian cigarettes, like it's North American cigarettes.
Well, here's the thing, though. Seriously, right? That works now. If you were to just put a logo on a truck and drive into a complex and do whatever, nobody would question you. If you put something somewhere and put an official looking sticker on it, nobody's going to question it, because people are too fucking lazy to care. And then the person that does care's boss is too fucking lazy to care.
You want to know something amazing, though?
What's that?
We didn't discover this station until 1981.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
And you want to know why we discovered it?
Why?
Because there was an expert on German weather stations who was going through everything, and he knew what frequencies they used and everything like that, because they had found other installations that they had done. And when he was looking at readings, he found a still working, like, transmitting weather station. He's like,
oh my God,
the fuck? And he shows up, and it's the Canadian Meteor Service one. He's like,
that's fucking awesome.
And so he alerts the Canadian ministry. He's like, hey, guys, you guys have a Nazi weather station right over here.
Right over here.
You guys not notice? Like, what's the deal?
But also, though, maybe they didn't.
Cigarettes, bro.
The cigarettes. According to my records, we went and we checked.
There was cigarettes. It's fine.
There were cigarettes.
Out.
It's legit. Come on. Hey.
So I just thought that was absolutely fascinating that it took that long, and it took an expert who was just fucking around with the frequency because he was toying with them. He was like, I know about these. I'm gonna, and then he happened to find a rogue frequency from an actual still functioning undiscovered weather station that the Nazis have.
Now I'm curious.
It was the only successful Nazi landing on North American soil.
That's fucking crazy.
I'm curious though, and you might not know. I don't know if it was in that story you were reading. After World War II ended and all that, and the Nazi regime fell, where was that information transmitting to? Like, was somebody receiving it?
I have no idea.
Well, probably not. The
they weren't receiving it.
Shut down.
I wouldn't think so, but
a long ass fucking time ago. But
I would assume that any kind of when the Nazi regime was falling apart, I would assume any kind of information that they could prevent from the enemy having would be destroyed. So they probably destroyed the receiving station and any files about it. So when everything went back to normal over there and there weren't Nazis everywhere, the Germans probably didn't even know about it. Because I have a feeling they'd be like, hey guys, we don't really like talking about
it. By the way.
But when we were dicks like 50 years ago, bruh.
We did this thing.
We put a weather station in there. We still use it. It's great for knowing if there's going to be a storm on Tuesday. Can we keep it or should we take it out? Or...
I wonder in comparison to like now how well it actually was working. Like how well was its measurements?
It's actually it's in a museum as of right now. And it's kept on display to this day. It still functions, but as far as accuracy and things like that, I'm not sure how it compares to. I'm assuming modern technology would be better.
Well, yeah. I mean, your phone has a fucking barometer in it, so
yeah. I'm going to go ahead and assume now you don't need a super secret like fucking German submarine to drop off a weather station. You just send an iPhone over to America.
Yeah.
Mail.
No, for real though.
Your weather.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm on the side of I don't think that this is that crazy. I think that it's fucking crazy, honestly, that it's a Nazi thing and that it got here and the whole story of it and all that shit's super interesting. And the fact that it was found by this guy just dicking around or whatever.
That's my favorite part.
Was super fucking cool. But
the plan is so slapstick, though. Like, just put a logo on it. And
that's why it fucking works, though. Seriously.
I know.
We should try this. We should do like some kind of PB&J Enterprises sticker and like put a cone somewhere, right? And like put our sticker on the cone and like make it look like it's supposed to be there. And just as an experiment, see how long it stays. I bet nobody fucking touches it.
Like we take over a parking spot in like a Walmart.
Yes.
See how long it takes for someone to be like, this cone has been there for a week.
Like PB&J Roadworks, right?
Okay.
We put it in like not all the way in the back, but not where it's going to interrupt too much parking.
Yeah.
Right.
Like 60% down the row.
And we fucking put 2 cones there, PB&J, whatever sticker on it. And
maybe some caution
PB&J
tape
Roadworks. Dude, I'm telling you, nobody fucking touches it. Or questions it. I bet you.
Okay.
We'll have to do it in the middle of the night though.
We're going to have to do a social experiment, guys, and we'll do that. And we'll give you the results on
I'll cut this out so that nobody knows.
And then, it would be super funny if, like, 20 fucking years from now or whatever, they're like, there's a story about these cones that have been in this parking lot for 20 years.
I'm like a city's national treasure.
And it was just us fucking around and we just forgot about it, never did a show about it, totally forgot we did it.
And then 20 years from now, we do a show and we're like, hey, they found our cone. Whoa. Those are ours, by the way. And then they're like, legal repercussions for whoever claims these cones. Those are not ours, by the way.
Well, actually, funnier would be, right, then it goes down in history as the cones, right? And then years later, somebody finds our podcast and they're listening to it and they fucking hear this shit. And they're like, hey, guys, about those cones.
I found the source.
And it's a podcast researcher.
Podcast researcher.
Not even. I want it to be a guy who's obsessed with Bob's Barricades. Like the guy that does all that. He owns all the fucking street cones and barricades and shit that you see in Florida.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a guy. There's this company called Bob's Barricades, and the whole thing behind it is who's Bob and why does he have so many barricades?
I hope it is a guy named Bob, and he was just like, dude, he woke up one day, he was like, you know what?
I'm gonna own every barricade in the world.
Yeah, or at least I'm a barricade kind of guy.
Yeah, I love blocking people.
You like sandbags? Sandbags for days.
Sandbags, dude. Hey, Bryce, that was really interesting. Honestly, not where I thought you were fucking going with that.
That was really
assumed cool. I was gonna be like go. So, like, where did you think I would go with that?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Go Nazis. I mean, I
don't ever say go Nazis.
No, that's where I thought Bryce was gonna go.
You thought I was going to go with go Nazis? No, fuck Nazis.
For the show, Patrick?
Mass murdering shitheads. No, thank you.
I think the name of the show should be called Go Nazis.
No. Veto.
That's a hard
veto to the max.
Shit. Speaking of the show, I think we're running on the edge of time. I think that Jordan should plug some of our holes and
our plot holes.
Which one? Yeah. Which one first?
Patrick, I'm not open.
Oh, you're my favorite.
Yeah, you're the one he really wants.
I know. I love you too, Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. So of course, like every show, you can find us and follow us on Facebook at PBnJ Podcast.
That's the letter NJ.
The letter N. Yes. You can find us on Twitter as well at PBnJ Podcast and Snapchamp and all that good stuff.
We don't use any of them, but you can friend us there.
You can.
We use all of them.
We're there. I promise. And last but not least, of course, you can send us emails at pbnjpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Find us on YouTube just by searching PBnJ Podcast.
Yeah, just by searching PBnJ Podcast. Actually,
It's pretty lit, Sam.
YouTube's the most fun one because you get to see
our ugly mugs.
Yeah, and how completely unprepared for every show we are, even though you can probably hear that in all of our audio. So
absolutely.
Also, you get to play the game, is Butter's bed made or not?
And today
it's not.
It is not.
Oh, I thought by your terms because it had any type of covering on it.
Well, I guess that's
made.
true. Yeah, I mean, by my general terms, made is shit's on there, but today it's not even like pretty. But you know what? There's betting on it, so
there is a blanket.
I got tiger's blood.
Counts. Oh my
blanket and sheets.
Yeah,
come at me.
We're done.
Okay,
I think we definitely pound sign winning. Hashtag winning. We nailed it.
Yep.
We nailed it.
Nailed it.
All right.
That
That was awesome. Also, this video, we also fucking nailed the video.
Nailed it.
Deuces.
You nailed it.